Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to COVID Cooking, Episode 3 with Batch Bowling. A big shout out first goes to LFB Productions for handling all the directing, editing, boom operating, set director, food director, and picking out our recipes. Please go and like and subscribe to their Facebook and YouTube page. It would help out a lot. Today we are going to learn to cook spicy fried chicken sandwiches. In episode 1 we taught you how to make buns. We're going to use that same recipe today, and we've already gone ahead and done that. And instead of creating a longer bun for sandwiches, we created hamburger buns. So, if you go back to episode 1, take a look at that recipe. It'll familiarize yourself on how to make those, and all you have to do is shape them into rolls and create your hamburger buns. You can make them as large or as small as you want. Now, before we get started, I'd like to hear from one of our sponsors, Xbox. If Stevie Wonder could play video games, he'd play Xbox. Alright, you'll need a few simple ingredients to get this going. First, you'll need onion powder, garlic powder, and chili powder. Also, you'll need 1.5 cups of flour. And then you'll need chicken. Now, a lot of you are going to use chicken breast. I don't like to use chicken breast for my chicken sandwiches because the chicken breast is very lean. I like a little bit more fat on it and a little bit more crispiness to it, so I use chicken thighs. If you have them bone in, easy enough to pull the bone out and make sure that they are nice and thin so that you can place them in the fryer without having a bone. You'll need a frying pan of some sort. I like to use a wok just so that the sides are a little bit higher and it doesn't splash up all over the cooking area. You'll put about 3 inches worth of vegetable oil or canola oil, whichever you prefer, in the bottom of that, and you'll heat it up to medium heat. If you have an electric stove, you're looking at a setting of 4 or 5, and you'll let it get hot. I like to test mine by just cutting a piece of chicken off and dropping it in there, and if it starts frying up, you're ready to go. Now, for safety, you need to make sure that you're cooking your chicken to 165 degrees Fahrenheit. Now, I know a lot of you have been stuck in the house with the people that live with you. Please don't try and kill them by serving room temperature chicken. With your 1.5 cups of flour, you're going to add all the other ingredients, and then you're going to use a fork to kind of stir it up, mix it together so it's a good mix. You're going to use this dry coating to place the chicken in so that it's breaded and you can stick it into the fryer. Now, a lot of you decide to put buttermilk or egg prior to. In this recipe, we're not going to do that. I find it messy and it's not necessarily needed for this type of frying. Alright, so we're going to add the chili powder first. Get all of that in there. Next, we're going to add the onion powder and garlic powder. And for all you dirt balls out there that don't wash your hands when you cook, please do so. Alright, now that we've added those 3 ingredients, you can add as much salt and pepper as you'd like. I've used about a 1/4 teaspoon of each, and I'm just going to mix it in there, and we should be ready to go. Use your fork and just mix it in there nice and neat until you've got all the ingredients combined. Now that we've got this all combined, let's go and take some mail call. Oh look, our first piece of mail is from NyQuil. If you remember, in episode 2, they were one of our special sponsors. NyQuil. Because mommy and daddy are tired of your... Alright. Oh, well, look looky here, folks. It's our first cease and desist letter. It says, stop using our logo. Well, NyQuil, we'll definitely think about it. All right. Our next one here, from Chef Bobby Flay. He says, I wouldn't be the chef I am today if it wasn't for your videos. That's really kind of you, Bobby. We appreciate it. And though we don't like your food, we still want you to try. Our third letter comes from Calvin Klein, the underwear company. Now, I know, Jeremy, you're looking at this video thinking that it's about you, but it's not. They would love for us to be an underwear model. Thank you, Calvin Klein. We appreciate the offer, but as you see, we're pretty busy. All right, and what you want to do is make sure that you're taking each piece and thoroughly coating it with the flour and ingredients that we already mixed together. So what you're going to do is just put it in there. Don't be afraid of getting your hands dirty. Hopefully you've washed them. But we want to make sure that that flour gets into every little nook and cranny. And it's going to get a little messy, but that's why they have counter cleaner and disinfectant spray, if you can find it. We want to get in every little nook and cranny of there. And just like that, we're ready to take it to the fryer. All right, we're going to add some cayenne pepper to some mayonnaise. That's a delicious amount of cayenne pepper. And either Frank's, Sriracha, I like Cholula sauce, and we like to add a little bit of that to our mayonnaise. Just a little bit, you know, because we like things not so spicy around here. And then we got to mix it all up, and you've got a little base to add to your chicken when you go to plate it. Now that our chicken's all fried up and at the correct temperature, let's hear from one of our sponsors. Land O'Lakes, the best hunk of butter in the galaxy. Thank you, Land O'Lakes. The next thing that I like to add to my sandwiches to give it a little bit of texture and crisp is some coleslaw. Now, these are spicy fried chicken sandwiches, so the coleslaw gives it a little bit of a creamy texture and a crunch to it. So, to keep it simple, go out and get yourself a already made bag of coleslaw mix. And in the mayonnaise aisle, pick yourself up some sauce that's coleslaw sauce. All right, so why don't you come in closer? We're gonna plate our sandwich. All right, we're gonna take one of our homemade buns and cut it open. What I like to do is add a little bit of the spicy mayonnaise that we created. Add that. I'm going to make a bed of coleslaw right there. And then go ahead and grab one of the chicken breasts or chicken thighs. Let me pick out a good one here. There we go. Grab one of these bad boys. Go ahead and set that on top of there. Now, you're ready to eat.